Okay, how not to get ranked also. Using bad content. All right. What I mean by bad content is that content itself will actually get you banned or just will not get you ranked. Flash is a biggie. And I come across this almost on a daily basis where people have created a completely Flash-based website. And what I mean by Flash, there's a certain program out there, and I'm sure most everybody understands what Flash is nowadays. But it's okay to have Flash in your content, okay? But it's not good to have it as your content, if that makes any sense. Um, and again, this goes back to, is it a completely Flash-based website? Back in the early days of the internet, in the 90s, it was really cool to create these Flash websites, and it was it was really the rage, all the rage in web design. And yes, I have to admit that I probably created a Flash-based website or two. However, I started figuring out, you know, these sites aren't getting ranked. And again, it goes back to my earliest comment of, if you're not ranked, you don't exist. So just stay away from Flash. You can have Flash in your website. Let me back up here. You can have Flash in your website. Just make sure that the entire site is not made out of Flash. And this is really going towards people who aren't Web Unlimited clients, because honestly, we will not create an entire Flash-based website. I have downright refused it, and no matter how much that it irks the client, it makes them mad at us, I just refuse to do that, because I refuse to tie the hands of my clients behind their back. Okay, so okay, the next one, frames. All right, back in the early days of the internet, and I keep talking about the early days of the internet because I was there with them. I started designing sites in 1994, and it was very, very popular to use these techniques to create these websites. Frames are basically what really comes down to is that it's a doorway page with two other pages, maybe three other pages, and possibly even more being pulled into that same page. And the benefits of using frames was the simple fact that the user never had to navigate away from a page. There were, of course, usability issues, meaning that if you hit the back button, it took you completely out of the website, or things like that. And other usability issues, such as blind readers. The blind readers out there cannot understand what frames are, and it's really against Section 508 compliancy, which is way above and beyond what we're talking about here. Um, but frames are just, rule of thumb is just not a good thing to do. Okay, and the main thing for what we're talking about here with search engine optimization, it's not a good thing because of the simple fact that Google just doesn't really like frames. It's just not good. Again, not good for the user, not good for the search engines. Flash-based images, or sorry, flash-based navigation or image-based navigation. Okay, I come across these all the time. And here's the deal is that, and this goes back to Flash and so forth, is that Google, the reason that you don't want to use a Flash-based website or Flash-based navigation is that Google cannot read them flat out. And they've been promising for years and years and years that it's going to start picking up content within Flash, but it's never really been done. And so, um, if you have flash-based navigation, Google's spiders will not be able to navigate throughout your website. And images, yeah, you can get away with that, and there's a lot of tricks that web designers these days can do to use images as navigation. However, it just comes back down to usability, that it's just not a good thing to do. The way that we create our navigation, most of our navigation menus for our websites are using text, and then we use cascading style sheets to manipulate that text. So anyway, it's just not a good thing to use image or flash-based navigation. Splash pages. Wow, don't get me going on splash pages. They're just all around bad. They do no good. They don't convert. What does a splash page even do? And if you don't know what a splash page is, it's basically just a page up there with maybe an image. Most of the splash pages I see, are an image of a person posing, smiling, and then underneath them it says click here to enter. You know, it they have no purpose whatsoever on the internet. And I still have requests for those, but again, I tell my clients, no way. They serve no purpose whatsoever. You get 4 seconds, 4 seconds. You get 4 seconds by the time that a person enters your site to by the time that they've decided to leave. And that's it. So if you've got a splash page, an extra click, you're going to probably lose about half of your visitors coming to your website. It just doesn't make any sense. And of course, it doesn't help you on getting ranked on the search engines, which is the number one goal if this is what you're listening to right now. Content itself. You would be amazed at the amount of websites that I come across or the amount of clients that come to us and say, well, we just can't get found on the internet. Okay. I ask them, well, what keywords do you want to get ranked for? And they might say real estate or, lawyer or something like that, right? Well, I go look through their website and they don't have that keyword anywhere in their website. I think it's a pretty good rule of thumb to consider that if you want to get ranked for a keyword, you better have that in your content. Okay, so say for instance, if I want to get ranked for web design, then I better have web design inside my everywhere inside my website on every page. And okay, that does it for our how not to get ranked video for the ePreneur Search Engine Optimization 101 series. If you have any questions, please give us a holler at or go to our website at webunlimited.com or give me a holler at the phone number there below. We will see you on our next video.